Welcome back everyone to the SimZone, and we are here for round 5 of the PC GT3 Championship on Assetto Corsa Competizione, and we currently have 7.5 minutes left in this qualifying session. Isidore puts it on provisional pole at 202.962, and it's very wet here at Ricard, and it could also go dry. The forecast is currently showing that the rain stops in about 10 minutes, but with 7 minutes left of this qualifying session, it's not going to be dry enough for them to improve their lap times. Christian Müller is P2 there on a 203.2, so 3/10 off currently the man on provisional pole. Kubizio in the Aston currently P3. Now the Astons are quite good in the wet, so they should be further up the order here. And Kubizio currently the highest Aston Martin on a 203.4, with the next one being Matheson in P6. Looks like we have the number 40 car who's about to cross the line, and see if we can catch who that is. That's Alka Anka here in the BMW M4. He's going to cut towards the final corner now. He's about 2 seconds up on his best lap here, so this is going to jump him up the order and put him into the 204s. Where is this going to put him on the grid? He's going to cross the line at P9 there for Anka, so that's a very good lap, 204.4, pardon me. And then we look further down, we've got the 950 car is about to cross the line. Actually 955, I think that's Clayton, put into P22 at 210 there from Clayton in the Ferrari. Now Lorenzetti is going to cross the line, puts it into P10, Sidor still with the fastest lap in qualifying, so no one's been able to get close. Oh, I spoke too soon. Cabrizio there puts it on pole at 202.935, so just 300 separating the top two here. Sidor is on an out lap, so he will be about to set his flying lap in a second, which is a great opportunity to go on board with him, which we'll do now. You can see it allowing himself enough space to the car in front so he doesn't catch up to any traffic on this lap. Here we go, all the way down towards turn 1. So he's going to brake there at the 100-meter board. Is he going to take the curb on the inside? He is, even in the wet. I assume he's going to take a bit of the curb on the right, slightly wide. I think he's still, no, he's invalidated, but will still stay on board with Sidor to see what he can do here, unless he backs off on this lap, of course. He's probably going to hook this curb on the inside through this left-hander. You can see he's already caught up to some traffic, so even though he slowed down, has caught up, but obviously not on a valid lap, so it won't matter where the Ferrari moves out the way. So traffic wouldn't have been a problem here for Sidor. Porsche now going to struggle on the straight compared to the other cars, pardon me. And we did just hear there the Porsche aquaplaning slightly on the straights. There are quite a few puddles here. And those markers there on the exit showing you where the track limits are, so you can go beyond the curb slightly just to maximise your exit speed. Sidor's going to pull it to the right and then keep it tight on this left-hander. It's got a weird camber to it, this corner does, so if you go a bit too wide, it's going to keep you wide, and you're going to struggle to keep the car on the inside. Coming up towards the final corner now. Is it going to be a late apex for Sidor? Yes, it is. He's going to maximise that exit speed to set himself up for his next flying lap. But he's down in P4 now, and there's only just under 3 minutes left of this qualifying. So Bourgeois in the Ferrari goes on provisional pole at 202.722, and it has stopped raining. So that may be why the times are coming down. Matheson still towards the top. I was going to say it was in P2, but of course, as soon as I say that, Bottenberger puts it on pole, a 2:01.9, the first 2:01 of the session. So the track might be drying up slightly here, with the rain ceased. But Matheson is still on the lap. Invalid though. Cavizio is 2/10 up. But he's still only in the second sector. So he's still got the rest of the lap to go. Bottenberger another 2/10 up here. This could be a stonking lap here from Bottenberger. Put Bourgeois 5/10 up. It's not going to put him into the 2:01s, but it's going to give himself a bit more of a gap to Matheson in P3. Now we've got a few comments in the chat. Tequilita saying, will we see killer curbs today? Well, I think we will. If the race is wet, of course, it could start dry and go wet, could start wet and go dry. We don't know. It's real weather here, so there is potentially a chance of it being mixed conditions. But I think if it is wet, some of these curbs are going to be lethal. And CJ, also known as Lapria, saying good luck to everyone. Unfortunately, you can't commentate without a voice. We hope you get better soon, Lapria. But looks like Bottenberger. Well, Pizzak now on pole. Sorry, we missed that while reading the comments. So Pizzak. Oh, I spoke too soon. It's as soon as I mention someone goes on pole, someone else beats them. So it's probably better if I keep my mouth shut now. Bottenberger is back on provisional pole here, 2:01.6. It was Pizzak a few seconds ago, but Cavizio now into P2 and Pizzak down into P3. So losing a couple of positions there in qualifying, but he is 2/10 up here, so he could be back on pole position. The Honda is a very good car at Paul Ricard. It's got the speed, it's got the cornering ability, and in the wet, Pizzak is making it work here. But Cavizio 3/10 up, and this could be a possible 2:01.4 for Cavizio. As where is he on track? He's on the back straight now, so he's still got another sector to go. See, still a bit of standing water on the track. That's not going to go anywhere in this qualifying session, which is about to come to an end. We're just going to watch Cavizio here across the line and Pizzak, and then we will call it for the top three, because everyone else is pretty much in the pits. Oh, Cavizio slightly wide there, managed to keep it and get the apex, but he's had a horrible exit. He's lost all that time he gained, so I don't think it's going to be an improvement for Cavizio. Chris has lost the car, I think, or he just wasn't able to improve. So I think that's pretty much it. Doesn't look like anyone else is up for an improvement, apart from Sidor, who's 9/10 up, but puts it into P5. So there we have it. Bottenberger on pole position. Cavizio, oh no, he's found a few more tenths in this last sector. I spoke too soon. He's going to cross the line. He's going to put it onto provisional, not provisional, he's going to put it onto pole. This Cavizio, there we have it. So Cavizio on pole, Bottenberger in P2, and Pizzak in P3. We'll be back very shortly for the start of the race, so make sure to stay tuned. So we're back on the formation lap now here, and it is a very wet track. So I think Tequilita, if you're in the comments, you might be right. There are going to be some killer curbs. I mean, look how wet that straight is. There's going to be so much standing water. Lap times are going to be much slower than they were in qualifying, so the drivers are going to have to be so careful in the start. Now they do have a pit stop in this race. If by any chance it does go dry, which I don't think it will. But looks like the drivers may be changing tyres to a new wet set. But not everyone is going to be on the same strategy. Let's bring up the pit stop in just a moment. So while we're on the formation lap as well, I'd like to thank all our patrons here at the SimZone for continuously supporting us, not just financially, but in other ways as well, morally even, is probably the better word. But yeah, we definitely wouldn't be able to continue without our patrons, so massive thanks to them. Unfortunately I don't have a graphic that is updated with the latest patrons, but we'll get that sorted out for next time around. And also let's bring up the gaps here. So we also have some great news for next season, but we'll talk about that later on as we are approaching the end of this formation lap. Drivers are now lining up side by side. It's going to be Aston versus Porsche coming down towards turn 1. Who's going to get the better traction off the line? Both these cars very quick. The Aston better in the wet. Kenny in the comments saying good luck to Carl. Carl Van Horn currently further down the order, but there we go. Competizione off to a great start there off the line, and he seems to already be past Bottomberger, but they look to be side by side now coming down towards turn. Bottomberger on the outside trying to get it done, and I think he's going to have the inside for the next corner. He's kept it within the track limits. They're still going to be side by side, and Bottomberger can now take the racing line. Up into the lead he goes. Piszczek a bit sideways there on the exit, and he's lost the car. Oh no, Piszczek spinning the car there. We saw him a bit too loose through turns 2 there, probably a bit too much curb, and he's dropped right down the order now. He's pretty much at the back of the field. Yep, he is last place at the moment. Really unfortunate for Piszczek. Looks like that was the Ferrari off. I think that was Bourgeois down in, who's now down in, let's have a look, in P23, and he started in P5, so he's lost 19 positions on the opening lap, and that just goes to show how difficult these conditions are. But back to the race lead. Oh, Competizione's got back past. He's back up into the race lead, and now looks like Tidor losing the position to Müller on the straight. I think that was inevitable with the Porsche being much slower than the two cars in front in a straight line. But he's going to need to find the time in the corners. It's so wet there off the exit, well, off the track, and Tidor has to be careful. But he's possibly using the more abrasive runoff to his advantage, but very sideways there on the exit, almost losing the car. Bottomberger almost following him off, but I think the Porsches are going to start dropping down the order now. They're getting swamped by the Astons. Hammerbo in P5. who started in P7, already looking to gain a few more positions here on the opening lap. CJ saying, "Oh no, Chris," and look at this, Hammerbo now trying the outside. He's going to go for a switchback. No, he's not. He's kept it around the outside. But he's got another Aston on the back of him, Matheson there, who is now having to defend from Van den Hoover. I think he got a really bad exit out of the final corner. The Lamborghini of Van den Hoover looking down the inside into turn 1, late on the brakes. Has he overshot the corner? He has ever so slightly. Matheson with a switchback, and he's going to have that racing line, but still side by side these two. I think Van den Hoover's going to have to back out of that and then move back over to the racing line. But no, he's still going to have a look. No, he's backed out sensibly there, has Van den Hoover. But keeping the pressure on to Matheson. They haven't lost much time to the pack ahead. And look at this, Gavin Sullivan up into P8. Oh, he's made contact there with Van den Hoover, and we've got a bit of a concertina effect. Sullivan's now going to have to wait for all the cars to go past. We've got to see there one of the Porsches very wide. I think that may have been was that Curtin? No, it wasn't Curtin. It may have been young Barth. No, it wasn't Barth. It was one of the Porsches. You can see there Sullivan very slow on the straight. So he's had another mishap there, unfortunately. But he's having a great battle. I think we may have commentators cursed him there slightly. Cavizio now with a 1.5 second lead to Müller in P2. But it seems like a few of the drivers using that abrasive runoff there, or the blue paint on the exit. You can see is much more abrasive. In the dry, you don't really want to be using it much. It will slow down the car. But in the wet, it seems like it hooks the car around. So some of the drivers using it to their advantage. Sedor catching back up to Müller now. He just gets left for dead on the straights, which there's not much he can do about that, unfortunately. Bonenberger is now still having to worry about Matheson behind him. Hammerbo has now been relieved of that pressure from Sullivan's, I believe it was Sullivan's spin, but they've got Jitzer there in a P7. Now let's see if we can catch Bart Simpson. There we go, Bart Simpson on the back of the car. We're going to get our weekly intake of that on the stream. But you can see the spray coming off of these cars. Pryor definitely will be struggling to see where he's going. It's actually got hold of him. And the windshield wipers there doing their job, but oh my god, it's difficult to see there. And we don't want to be driving in these conditions. And it looks like we've got a drive-through penalty for someone on track. Let's see who the drive-through penalty is for. No, we don't have drive-through penalty. I think we may have even had a retirement. I think whoever got a drive-through penalty probably has retired. Not too sure, but look at that. It's so sketchy on this back straight here. One slight movement on puddles and you could be facing the wall. Pryor really having to get the car slowed down at the end of the back straight. And now looks like Anker's involved in this battle. So we've got a 3-car battle here. Van den Hoover has, I think, lost some time. He's in P8, Matt Pryor P9, Anker P10. V's is a few seconds off in P11, but he's got Van Hoorn behind him. Followed by Curtin, who's battling with Pugh here, the two Porsches, neck and neck. I think these two have had a good battle in the last few rounds. They've also got Barton in the Mercedes right behind them. Mercedes is quite a good car at Paul car, and it's a great car in the wet as well. So Barton looking to score some good results for round 5 here. Cox in P16 in the Honda, followed by Bourgeois, who's dropped so many positions off the start. Then Jan Barth, who's got Valander right behind him, breathing down his neck at the moment, followed by Lorenzetti in the McLaren. Then we've got Sullivan on a comeback drive here. He's definitely caught up to this pack, and Clayton as well, sticking with this pack, just 2.6 seconds behind them. But Sullivan, I'm sure, looking to gain some more positions after that mistake he made early on this lap. And there's still plenty of time in the race left to make up some positions, but Bodenberger in P4, 2 tenths behind Müller here. I think Müller may have made a mistake. Yes, he definitely made a mistake, because Sidor's back in P2, and Bodenberger's going to look to the inside. Is he going to have the legs to keep it on the inside at the end of the straight? It looks like he is, and can he keep it within track limits as well? Doesn't want to run too wide, because that curb can be lethal, and there we go, he's kept it. He's made it stick, and up into P3 goes Bodenberger, but Müller back down the inside here. They're going to be side by side. Bodenberger's had to leave him the room, but I don't think Müller's going to be able to get the inside of the next corner, so Bodenberger's once again defended and held on to P3. It really does look like the Porsches are struggling for traction in these conditions. You can see there, just on the exit, the Audi of Müller's able to pull alongside, slots back in though. I don't think he got the best of exits either, but coming down towards turn 1, he's going to use the slipstream, pulls out the slipstream in the last moment, and looking towards the inside, but not close enough to get that done. And while these two are battling, Matheson is catching up once again. We've got Miedema there with the fastest lap of the race at 2:08.612. Is currently the fastest lap of the race. And we'll keep an eye on Miedema here, because if he can keep this pace up, he'll definitely be catching the cars ahead. Matheson, Müller are doing 2:09s, so Miedema probably only needs a few laps to catch up to them if he can keep this pace consistent. Now the rain is settling down slightly, but it's not really going to make the track any drier at the moment. Now we've got another battle going on here for P8. I'll bring up our second screen. There we go. And this is the battle for P1, I believe. So currently watching Sidor, who Cabizio with a big slide there. He's held it together, luckily. But Sidor behind there, for some reason his livery hasn't been registered on our second screen. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and flip these over. We've actually still got this battle going on with Müller, Matheson as well. And look at this, Cabizio going really defensive. No, he wasn't going defensive. He was, sorry, Sidor on the attack. He's got a better exit here. I think what I meant to say was Cabizio should have been going defensive, because Sidor has now got every opportunity to go down the inside. And knowing Sidor, he's going to take the opportunity when he sees it. You see there a few of the track limit bollards all over the track there. Now Bourgeois very close to the back of Lorenzetti. We'll get that battle up on our second screen in just a moment. There we go. Oh, Sidor with a huge mistake, and he's going to drop down to P5. See, as soon as I go to our second screen, as soon as I'm doing something, I always miss the action. But there we go. Now P6. Midema's got past Sidor, and Sidor's going to have some horrible straight line speed coming down towards the end of the straight. Hammerbo's caught up as well. I know you can see in the background. You've got a train here. Van den Heuvel followed by Pryor, then Anka. And it looks like that's Pizuk going for a move here on Lorenzetti. Pizuk going to have the inside on the end of the straight, but trying to side draft each other. Pizuk is ahead. He's going to move back over to the racing line. He's so close between these two. And it looks like Pizuk has secured that position. He's got the inside line. And there we go. He maintains, well, not maintains, he makes that position up into P19 for Pizuk. Looks like Cox as well has got past Van Hoorn, so Cox goes up into P13. Yeah, that's right, Lord Pearl saying that's how long is left. The race is an hour long, so we're already 14 minutes, or 13 and a half minutes into the race. And look at that, Bourgeois being pushed wide slightly. Pizuk's going to take advantage of that, and he goes up into P18. But Barton on the inside, there's a bit of contact between the two. Barton's left him room now. As we come down into turn 1, we're going to have to get this side-by-side contact between the two, and I think that may have been Barton's fault. I didn't quite catch that, but one of the BMWs off. Barton facing the wrong way now, and Pizuk with another spin. He's going to get memories from the first lap there, where he lost it, I think, by himself. I'm not too sure. You can see Sullivan there in the background. Turn that music off. Who is on a comeback drive here. You can see there Sullivan trying to get a move done on Pizuk, but Pizuk's going to be hard to pass here. So we're currently still watching Cox, who has broken away now from Van Hoorn behind. Let's see if there are any other battles going on. So Cavizio there, after his mistake, he's been able to pull away, and oh, is that Müller? Very deep there. Looks like he outbraked himself and lost the position to Matheson, and Midema has done it as well. So we've possibly got some standing water there. The drivers are struggling to get the car stopped in time. Maybe there was a bit of contact. We'll double check in a moment. No, don't think there was any contact between the two. So it does seem like drivers are making a few mistakes there. Cox now into the pits. That's odd. What's happened to Cox here? He hasn't got any damage. Maybe an issue with his wheel. I know he's been having some issues there with his wheel disconnecting, and unfortunately I think Cox isn't well either, so he may be struggling at the moment, but unfortunate to see that he has pitted. But respect still to attending the race anyways, and he's back out, so I think it was a wheel issue. Looks like Pugh and Bourgeois here battling for P15, Porsche versus Ferrari. See here, the Ferrari of Bourgeois is going to have the slipstream. Wow, there's a lot of standing water there on entry. Pugh had to have a massive lift. And Bourgeois even closer than he was before. Flash of the lights there from him. He's going to pull to the inside, possibly indicating that I'm coming past you, there's no need in fighting. So I will slingshot past with the slipstream, and he does so there, so flashing is a hazard as well, I think. Just to say thank you for not blocking, we're catching the guys in front. You can see their Barth there in P14, who they are definitely catching. That last lap from Bourgeois 208 and Jan Barth a 211.4. It looks like we've got a battle for P24 here. Osh and Clayton, two Ferraris. Cox is now... no, I think Cox is a few laps ahead, but these two, Osh and Clayton, on the same lap. I think Osh may have had an off somewhere. Let's see where he started. So Osh started P22, so he's lost 2 positions since the start. Definitely not a bad start. Could have been worse for Osh. We've got a battle for P9 here, Pryor and Van den Heuvel. And looks like I believe it was the Mercedes of Barton. After that bit of contact, he's got some heavy damage on his Mercedes. Just quickly bring it up here. Yeah, he's got some really bad damage on that Mercedes of his. You can see it there, I'm not sure if you can see it properly. But there we go, that should show it now. But Van den Heuvel been able to hold on to this position. Matt Pryor has been lapping about a second quicker a lap here. But we saw him go a bit deep into one of the corners and he was off the track, facing the wrong way. So it's now the case of being consistent and making back a few positions. So taking lead to saying, must they change tyres in the pits? It's pretty much the same as PS4 GT3 Division 1, but there's no tyre limit here in this championship, so they have to refuel. Refueling time is fixed, and then they have the option to change tyres as well, which in my opinion is probably one of the best settings to use for strategy, because you can get overcuts and undercuts, but we might mix it up throughout the next few seasons and see what works best. But Pizik now catching up to that Pew. Let's see if we can capture this in just a moment. Yep, here we go. We've got this this other battle between these two. Pizik there in the Honda is caught up to Pew. And on the left we've got Pryor and Van den Heuvel still battling together. Both Pryor losing a bit of time now. Pizik on the outside, Pew going defensive. Can Pizik hold it round the outside? Is he going to get that move done? And looks like he is. What a move there from Pizik. Around the outside. Brake broke just that much later to be able to hook it around the outside, and maybe even found some more grip off the dry line there. So he's now going to be hunting down his next target, who is, I believe, Jan Barth in P15. So Pizik currently running in P16 here. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on Pizik for now. Back to this battle, and look at the battle for the lead. So Bodenberger has now got the fastest lap of the race. He's caught right up to Quizio. Looks like Sidor's in for his pit stop now. Competizione, yeah, losing a lot of time now. That last lap a 2:07.5, but for Bottenberg it was a 2:06.6. Looks like the rain has settled down even more. So maybe the driver's finding a bit more grip, and that's where the Porsche will excel. So yeah, Pizik looks like he has got past, pardon me, young Barth there. So he goes up into P14 now. And that's not bad considering he had 2 spins this race. Or 2 bits of contact. And he just got past one of the back markers there. I believe that was Greg Barton. Who I think he came into contact with earlier on. This race, but now got Pryor and Van den Heuvel, pardon me, still in this battle. Let's go on board with Pryor here. So yeah, do bear with me, viewers. I'm not quite well, so I won't be talking as much as I usually do. I might need to grab some more water in a second. But I'd love to be at Paul Ricard right now, because there's plenty of water at the moment. You know, you could just stand in the middle of the track, open your mouth, look up at the sky, and let it go through the water. But no. I'm not a Paul Ricard, unfortunately. Pryor's losing some time to Van den Heuvel up ahead. Looks like we've also got another battle going on for P11. That's Julius Vies and Carl van Hoorn there. P12 and P11. Matthewson now into the pits as well. That is Julius Vies. Oh, Van Hoorn very late on the brakes into turn 1. That's not going to help his exit at all. It's so easy to outbrake yourself in these conditions. But looks like we've also got another battle going on here. Anker and Curtin. Oops, I meant to press that. Anker and Curtin battling for P8 here. Curtin having to defend now from the BMW M4 behind him. The top two, looking at the delta, still 1.5 seconds separating them. Now Sidor and Matheson pitted early. They've got some traffic to navigate through now, especially Sidor, who's just got past Valander there. The blue flags will assist them, but it's still going to slow them down nevertheless. So it could have been a bad strategy call for those two. But there's only one way we can find out. We just have to wait till the others have pitted. Now there is a pit window which should close in about 13-14 minutes. Van Hoorn really caught up to the back of Vies here. It looks like Vies locking up that the fronts there. You can see they were not moving at all. So a big lock up there from Vies, and I think he locked up slightly into the final corner as well. But that allows Van Hoorn to get past, and they capitalise on that perfectly. So up into P9 he goes. Vies up to P10. Anker has gone into the pits. So Curtin has been relieved from that pressure, but it's not over yet between these two. He's on the back of Curtin. and I believe they are lapping similar times, so actually no, V's was that last lap a bit slower. Well, that would be due to his lock-up, possibly. Pryor now on the back of Van den Heuvel once again, and we've seen the Audi get close on the straight, but then in the twisty parts of the circuit it just can't really keep up at the moment. But this could be his opportunity. He's going to look to the inside now. I don't think it's going to be enough. Van den Heuvel has got enough straight line speed here. You can see there Pryor, as soon as he got out of the slipstream, he just didn't have enough to get past. So I think if he stayed in the slipstream for a bit longer, maybe tried to get a bit of the side draft, it could have worked. But both these cars are very quick in a straight line, and now Pryor looking towards the inside. He's going to be on the curb, but it's not going to work. He's tried this move before, and he's just going to put him on the outside for the next corner. But if you can get your car up the inside there and get a better exit than the car on the outside, it's definitely a move that can work. Especially in the dry, it's much more difficult in the wet. But Van den Heuvel wide through the final corner. This is going to allow Pryor to get a nice run coming into turn 1. It's going to be on the outside, but we've seen the outside move work before. Lord Prince saying, love the visuals of that lockup. Yeah, it's great. Oh, a massive crash there from Pryor. Van den Heuvel continues. I didn't actually catch what happened. Let's see if we can bring that up in a second. I really didn't catch what happened. I think he may have just hooked himself onto the curb there. Viewers, if anyone actually caught that, please let me know what happened, because I was too busy paying attention to the comments once again. It's crazy. As soon as I look at the comments, something seems to happen, and oh no, there was actually a bit of contact between the two. So I'll bring this up. There was definitely contact between these two. So here we go. Here's the race. Here's the replay of the incident. Coming down towards turn 1. It looks like Van den Heuvel moved over a bit too much here, and Pryor had nowhere to go, and straight into the barriers he goes. That was a big hit there for Pryor, and I think he's not going to be happy with Van den Heuvel at all after that one. Now it looks like Curtin on the back of Pryor. I think Pryor's probably going to put it into the pits to repair those damages. Keep pressing the wrong button, but no, we've got it up now. And, yeah, it looks like Curtin trying to get past. Yeah, if I were Pryor, I'd go into the pits this lap, get that damage repaired, and start making my way back up the field. Kubizio's now got a 12-second lead to Bonenberger in P2. He's actually being caught. Well, I thought he was being caught by Müller, but the last laps don't actually go along with that. So the last lap for Bonenberger was, last lap for Müller was a 2:07.3. For Bonenberger it was a 2:06.5. And Kubizio setting the fastest lap of the race, that last lap, 2:06.122. So Barth into the pits. Pryor still out on track, surprisingly. I wouldn't have expected that at all, pardon me. And we're just going to bring up the replay of Pizek. Nope, it wasn't Pizek. That's the wrong replay. Lovely. I forgot to save it, which doesn't help at all. But I was going to show the replay of Pizek making the move around the outside of Pew, but It doesn't look like we're able to see that at the moment. Rodenberger a bit deep on the brakes there. We've seen a few other drivers lose it in the exact same corner. But going down, further down the order, I think Wies has made a mistake somewhere. Julius Wies. Anker has got past. Where is Wies? Ah, he's into the pits again. So something's happened to Wies. Has he got any damage in the car? It doesn't. I think it might be fuel. He either hasn't put in enough. You can see they're just locking up on pit entry. But yeah, I don't know exactly what's happened to Wies there. Probably he hasn't put enough when making his pit stop. So he needs to go in for some refueling. Sullivan now to the pits as well. Hammerberg, Bonenberger and Van den Heuvel all into the pits at once here. You can just get a nice helicopter view of this track here, how much water is still on the track, even though it's pretty much stopped raining. Let's just double check if it has. No, it is raining ever so slightly here. And gosh, just a helicopter view makes the straight look 10 times longer than it actually is. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be really many battles. Actually, I spoke too soon. Hammerbo and Sidor, P6. Looks like Hammerbo has made a massive mistake there. Sidor is well ahead now. The gap's 2.1 seconds. It was a few tenths here. Lord Pearl saying, stop reading the comments. You always miss something. Yeah, I think I'm... to be honest, I could have them up next to me, but I have to keep switching screens for now. I haven't got that set up yet. And hopefully for next time we'll have it sorted so I don't miss anything. But yeah, Hammerbo's lost a lot of time here to Sidor. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be many other battles going on at the moment. Müller's still yet to pit, Kabizio's still yet to pit, Tom Curtin's still yet to pit, Pizuk's still yet to pit, and Pizuk currently lapping in the mid 206s. So I'm sure with going out long, he'll have gained some positions here, and still 5 minutes left to go for the pit window. So he could even do another lap here before pitting. And it looks like he is going to. Curtin now into the pits for his mandatory stop. Pugh still yet to pit as well, and Clayton. And then I think that's it for pit stoppers. Demmer now catching up to Pugh. There should be blue flags at some point, if I'm not mistaken. Anker now out of the pits. These still in the pits, or back into the pits, I think. There we go, Cameron now entering the pits for his mandatory stop. Curtin has been dropped off of the jacks. Where is this going to put him? Looks like he's going to be alongside Cox here. Cox, I think, is a lap down though. Yes, he is. He stopped earlier in the pits, so he shouldn't be battling with Cox. The next car behind is Bourgeois. He's just crossed the line, but Curtin has got a comfortable gap here to Bourgeois. 10 seconds. There, so not really anyone that Curtin will be fighting with just yet. Pugh's still in the pits, but I think he's got going now. Yes, he has. Where is Matt Pryor coming down the start finish straight? Lorenzetti though might be one he'll be battling with. Pugh's exiting the pits now. Where is Lorenzetti? Coming down towards turn 1, so these two only separated by a few seconds. This could be a battle to watch. So we'll keep an eye on these two. Looks like Valander's into the pits once more. So what's happened to Valander here? Could it be fuel as well? Or might it even be a drive-through penalty? No, it doesn't look like he's got a drive-through penalty. We'll actually just double check here. Nope, he does. I completely lied. He does have a drive-through penalty. And that's what he's serving right now. Pizik, is that Pizik behind? Yes, so Pizik in for his mandatory pit stop. That leaves Müller and Clayton the last ones to pit. So there we go. Valander clearing his drive-through penalty. And Cavizio still. Well, he will be in the net race lead. Müller has still yet to make his mandatory pit stop. And I wonder if he doesn't change tyres, could he jump a few positions here? We shall see, but I think with the lockups we've had earlier on, even with the tyres not being that worn out, I think not Cavizio, Müller will opt to change his tyres. But gets the car stopped perfectly there, and I will see where he comes out. Cavizio is currently coming into the last sector now, so I believe he'll be well past Müller by the time he does his mandatory stop. But yeah, the field's spaced out ever so slightly. Anka and Valander separated by 2.3 seconds, so that's another battle to watch out for. We've also got Mathewson and Hammerbo, the two Astons, separated by 2 or 3 seconds. And then, what was the other one I mentioned? It was... oh, Clayton still yet to pit. So, where is Clayton? He hasn't pitted. If he doesn't pit in the within the pit window, he's going to be... yeah, he's not going to make it around in time. So I think Clayton's had a blunder here. Probably going to have a penalty for not pitting within the pit window, which is automatically applied. It's going to be unfortunate for Clayton. He's mistimed that. The other one was Pugh and Lorenzetti, but it doesn't seem to be closing in at the moment. Anka now P19 is on the back of Valander here. There's not even tenths to separate them. They are bumper to bumper at the moment as we just exit turn 1 and 2. Anka there, a bit squarely on the brakes, but he's going to get it hooked around now. And slightly different lines for the two drivers. I think Valander going much more defensive, but he's gone slightly wide there. Can Anka capitalise on that and try the inside line? Doesn't look like he's been able to. And now this is where it all comes down. This straight. Valander with a horrible exit there. You saw he missed the apex slightly. I think to avoid the puddle on the inside, but it hasn't helped him because Anka's now pulled past Valander. But I think Valander needs to get into the slipstream here ASAP if he wants to try and gain some more speed. Although the Mercedes with the better top end, can he try and keep it on the inside? It looks like they are side by side now. Valander, can he get this move, this position back? Anka using all of the track he possibly can, and looks like he's got that move done. So Valander not able to regain that position he lost. These two definitely ones to watch out for. Although let's see the lap time. So that last lap, but yeah, Anka only a few tenths quicker. So they could be quite even on pace here. Although Anchor has now opened up a 1.5 second gap to Bounder behind. We'll go back to the race leader. Vizio has only got a 7-second lead to Bodenberger, so Bodenberger has been closing in. The fastest lap now 2:05.7. So with the rain settling down, it has dropped down the lap times as well. But only 17 minutes left to go of the race. So is it going to be enough for Bodenberger to catch up? I think Vizio is going to have to make a big mistake here if Bodenberger wants to get this position done. But Bodenberger also has to worry about Müller behind him, 4.4 seconds, and then Sidor as well, who's pretty much back in the mix of things, who's only 6.5 seconds back to Müller. Now we'll go down to P9 and P10, Curtin and Pizek. We saw them battling. Actually, did we see them battling? No, I think it was the other Porsche. It may have been Jan Barth. There's so many Porsches now with the similar liveries. It's hard to tell which one's which. But Pizek now looking to gain this position on Curtin. He's going to stay in that spray. Doesn't really need to see where he's going on a straight. But look at this, the closing speed of the Honda. And Curtin just using his indicators there. He knows he has no hope on the straights and is slingshotting fast. But Curtin's going to use it to his advantage to try and catch up. Although they're about 12 seconds, either catch up or pull away from Bourgeois behind, who's only 3 seconds behind them. But yeah, wise from Curtin to let Pizek pass. He doesn't really want to battle too much with Pizek, who is pretty much out of position at the moment due to the spins and contact he had earlier on in the race. And it looks like Sidor has made a mistake somewhere. He's now 10, nearly 11 seconds back to Müller, and he's got Hammerbo very close here in P5. Yeah, so that last lap for Sidor was a 2:10.1. So he's lost 4 seconds there, 3-4 seconds to Hammerbo. Let's see if we can catch what happened to Sidor. So it looks like Sidor got a bit of oversteer and lost the car. We won't bring up the replay up just yet. And this is exactly where he lost it last lap. But he was sure to not make that mistake again. And he's going to have to maintain this gap now to Hammerbo behind. I don't think Sidor really needs to push too much. He just needs to be consistent and keep Hammerbo behind him if he wants to maintain P4 here. But looking at the standings, we haven't had a talk about the standings yet, so we'll have a quick chat about them now. Yes, I did, Lee. I will mention the good news in just a second. Before we do that, we're going to have a quick look at the standings. Usually we have a graphic up on stream, but we weren't able to do that this time around. So, if I go to the standings now, if they'd like to load, there we go. So it's Sidor currently leading the championship on 317 points, followed by Bodenberger in second on 280. And then we have Marcel Porteous, who I believe isn't here today, on 271. Then Alessandro Cantricala in P4 on 270. Leon Corbizio on 268. So this, if he can maintain P1, this is going to be very important for his championship. He's going to gain heaps of points here in this race. And he should be able to overtake Porteous and Alessandro Cantricala to gain P3 in the championship possibly. But we won't speak too soon because we know exactly what happens if we do. But Sidor currently down in P4, so this could possibly be his first time. He's not going to be on the podium this season. Sidor, so round 1 for Sidor was a win. Round 2 was third, round 3 was another win, round 4 was also another win, so consistent podiums here for Sidor, consistent wins really apart from round 2. This could be the first time where Sidor is going to be off the podium. Looks like Curtin and Bourgeois, I was about to say Bodenberger, he's at P3 and he's pitting now, so I think that might be a drive-through penalty there for Bodenberger, and it is. So track limits here at Ricard has been a problem for some drivers, and it is notorious for its track limits. But he's going to drop right down the order, and actually, that's put Sidor onto the podium. I was going to say, well, I was saying, it was this might be his first round without a podium finish, but you know, looks like as soon as I've said that, he's back on the podium again. So it seems like the commentator's curse has been reversed for today. Bourgeois now looking to get this move done on Curtin as we come into turn 1 here, now on lap 22. Just under 11 minutes of this race to go. Yeah, where is Bodenberger after that? He's down in P6. He's got Midema 3 seconds behind. Matheson still... Matheson actually now catching up to Hamrabo. And Hamrabo losing a bit of time to Sidor. So Sidor's been able to manage that gap. But it's about consistency here in this race, and one mistake and he is losing that position. Bourgeois is now going to have the slipstream here. Curtin there. Is he moving over again? Let's hope not, because this could be a great battle. I think Curtin might be able to keep this position. Maybe if he kept the car in the middle of the track, it would... Bourgeois would either go around the outside or the inside. He's choosing the inside now. Curtin moving over. And Bourgeois has got that position done. Got that move done. Again, that position. So up into P10 he goes. Now in terms of lap times, Bourgeois that last lap a 206.3, Curtin was a 207.1. If I were Curtin, I would have battled much harder for that position, but I think Curtin's thinking about the long run here, and he's thinking about bringing the car home, and P11 is still a very good position to finish in, and he's just going to bag the points and bring the car home safely. We'll go to Matheson currently in P5. He's definitely catching up to Hamrabo. That last lap, Matheson a 205.7, Hamrabo a 206.2, so 5/10 quicker. Right now, Tekulator saying, why is Yasama so fast in wet conditions? It's a very good car in the wet. Saying fastest in the wet, probably by by the looks of it today, Cabizio leading the race He's done a 2 of 4.3 now. Yeah, the Astons are very high up the order. Here in the wet. So yeah, I would say they're one of the best cars in the rain. And they're also one of the best cars for endurance as well. They're reliable. And yeah, they're reliable and predictable are the main things. And they're fairly easy to drive, so it's a very popular car for endurance races as well. And right, speaking of the good news now, while the race is settling down slightly, though I don't want to speak too soon. Oh no, Hammerbo in the drive-thru now as well. So he's going to drop down the order. So really unfortunate for Hammerbo. So he's now down P7. Is he going to lose P8 here? I don't think so. Although it's going to be very close actually. Hammerbo's now off the limiter. It should be. There we go. And I think he's just been able to hold on to this position. But now he's going to have to defend for the final 6 minutes. So he's got Van den Heuvel right behind him. So the good news here, we have some new sponsors for next season here at the SimZone for PC, mainly PC. So we'll talk you through them now. So first sponsor we've got is SimZone. This means we're going to have 4 different championships as well for PC, so definitely plenty of opportunities to win something. So SimZone is the first sponsor on the list. We'll explain everything in more detail for next season. We've still got the season to go. But SimZone is one of the sponsors. We've also got IMB Racewear on board with us as well, which is great to have. Then we also have Next Level Racing as another sponsor. So we've got socks, we've got gloves, then we've got rigs, sim rigs, and then we've also got Moser Racing. So direct drive wheels, and we've got pedals and everything. So lots of opportunities to win some big prizes here. We're definitely stepping things up here at the SimZone. So if you're interested in getting involved, be sure to join the Discord. The sign-ups for next season for everything should be out within the next few days. But back to the racing. Pryor's got a nice run here on Barth, and looks like he's going to slingshot past him on the straight, and he does so even before the braking zone. So Pryor up into P13, Barth down into P14. But the race leader, Cabizio, still lapping very quickly here. The last lap of 2 of 4 flat. And yeah, for Barth, I think for the Porsches, they're not really worried about losing positions on the that long back straight, because there isn't really much they can do. But here's it now, right in the back of Van den Heuvel. Is he going to try and go for the switchback here? No, he's going to wait till the straight. Basically to focus on the exit here. Maybe leave a bit more space. No, he's not going to. You see there that the standing water on the inside is so lethal. It was much worse at the start of the race. But Van den Heuvel holding that inside line. Is it in the slipstream, but he's not catching up. Not really catching up at all. I think if anything, the Lamborghini's pulling away. So Lamborghini of Van den Heuvel running much less wing and on the brakes, basically nearly tagging the rear end of that Lamborghini. So close between these two. Pizzak slightly wide there. And then we'll bring this up. Get a trackside view as well, this battle. not much time left in the race to go. I think it's just 3 minutes left. So Pizik running out of time to get this move done. You see there's more standing water in the braking zone, so that would be why we've seen a few drivers looking up there. Piz is going to focus on the exit through the final corner. He's got a much better exit, but I think the curve initiating the traction control, and he didn't get the exit he wanted there. So Van den Heuvel is going to hold on. They're trying the outside. Is he going to try and go for a switchback? I think he tried this last lap, but it didn't work. Van den Heuvel just placing his car exactly where it needs to be. And Pizik had a much better exit there. He just had nowhere to go. And now, as you can see, he's lost that speed he had from the exit, that momentum he had, and he's not going to be able to catch up by the time we reach the braking zone. Although Pizik much better in the brakes at the end. You can see here how much he gains. Hooking on that inside curve, that's helped him get the car around. I think we've had something really bad happen here to the race leader. What's happened? Oh, a send down the inside there for Pizik, but I think he's going to let Van den Heuvel have that position. But what has happened to the race leader? Where has... If I can remember their name, God, my memory is so bad. Barth seems like he was on dry tyres. Capizio, what happened to Capizio? There we go. Has he disconnected? Has he maybe lost internet or something? That's one of the issues with sim racing. We don't know, but that promotes Müller into the race lead. But Capizio still going to pick up points for... might not be last place, as long as he's completed more laps than the bottom few. He's still going to pick up points for a position. And all contact once again. Pizik there, I think a bit too eager on the throttle. And yeah, that wasn't good at all from Pizik. Unfortunately, Van den Heuvel getting caught up in that incident. I think Van den Heuvel may have had a bit of a bad exit, and he actually lost 2 positions there. He lost P7 to Pizik and lost P8 to Bourgeois. So down in P9 there for Van den Heuvel. Oh, Capizio's game crashed. Oh no. That's really unfortunate, but looks like Müller's going to cross the line for P1 here at Paul Ricard. Would have been Capizio if his game didn't crash, but that's so unfortunate. Sidor's going to cross the line in a surprising P2. And Matthewson is going to cross the line in P3. Bonenberger is going to hold on to P4 here. There we go, and Midema going to cross the line in P5. Hammerbo running off the final corner is going to cross the line in P6. There we go, Pizik is going to cross the line on track in P7, but it might go down to the stewards here if Van den Heuvel puts something in. Bourgeois is going to finish in a P8 there as he flies through. He activates alien mode there and flies to the pit wall. I don't know, looks like he's back on track there. I thought he disconnected at the end. And Curtin is going to finish at P10 to round off the top 10 there. Looks like Cox has lost the car on the start-finish straight. But here we go, Curtin is going to round off the top 10. Let's see if we can get an interview with top 3. Or maybe if we can get Cabizio in as well. Right, what a race we had there. We've got some comments coming in as well. Kenny saying, awesome work, SimZone's the best community on earth. Yeah, I appreciate that, Kenny. Means a lot. And Tekalita there as well, and Lord Barth echoing Kenny's words. But yeah, what a shame for Cabizio. Would have, I think, comfortably had that win. And this game crashed. The worst thing that can happen in sim racing, unfortunately. So here you go. We've got some drivers to interview here. First one being Jan Barth. So we'll move Jan over. Jan, congratulations on a good finish. I can't remember where you finished exactly. Could you remind us?
For the interview. I finished in P11 because Carl van Hoorn in front of me got the drive-through penalty for track limits in the last lap, so he got the 30 seconds penalty, so yeah, I was quite lucky, but yeah, I started from last place because I didn't make the qualifying due to late work and training, so I'm quite happy with the race, to be honest.
Yeah, I did say last the top 10 and he just missed out, but I mean P11 still a very good finish.
Yeah, indeed.
And I think track limits were probably the worst thing here at Ricard, even in the wet. But yeah, next round is Bathurst. Now, how are you feeling about Bathurst? If you're able to attend, of course.
I think Bathurst is my favorite track on ACC because I'm really also related to the Nordschleife. That's why I like these special race tracks with walls and different elevation changes. I like them the most, so that's why I like Bathurst. And I'm really looking forward to every race at Bathurst.
Yeah, so. Bathurst is, yeah. Luckily Bathurst isn't wet. It's usually their summer when it's our winter, so yeah, it should be completely dry then. And yeah, the Porsche should be quite good for Bathurst, apart from the straight. I'm sure you struggled on the straight here at Ricard as well.
Yeah, that's why I'm have to think about how much wing I will drive, because I'm more than a saver driver, so I go always for high wing. So yeah, we will see what wing I will take next week, next race.
Yeah, well, congratulations once again on a good finish, and
thank you very much.
See you next round.
Yeah, thank you very much, and have a good night.
Yep, you too.
Thank you.
So we've also got Sidor in. We'll bring. Oh, we had Sidor, but Sidor Not sure what's happened there. I will wait a few more minutes, but yeah, unfortunate. There we go. We've got Sador back, so we'll move Sador over. There we go. We've got Sador in. Congratulations on P2. I think it was a bit unexpected after the pit stops, but we had, I think, the race leaders game crashing, and then a drive-through penalty from one of the other drivers. So that promoted you up into P2, and it's looking good for the championship win for you.
Yeah, I think I won this championship, even if I don't drive at Bathurst.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the race like this, anything can happen. It was very I was surprised that so many things happened, like Kubica pulling on lap 5 or 6 200 IQ move on me, and I was so embarrassed by that.
I can't remember what happened. What was it, an overtake? Yeah.
Yeah, I was chasing him, and on the straight he went right to the pools of water and unspun.
Oh, right. Yeah, so yeah, it was a 200 IQ move, but you still somehow managed to finish on the podium. So yeah, it's been a great championship, and I think you can now relax when it comes to Bathurst.
Yeah, pretty much, because it's one of my fastest tracks, but not in Porsche. So, but on the other hand, I pretty much ruin my every race there. Okay. Even if I'm P1, P2, I just kill myself.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry now anyways. So.
Yeah, I hope I can finish that race.
Yeah, well, it's all about finishing then. But yeah, congratulations, and we hope to see you in future championships here at the SimZone as well.
For sure. Thank you very much.
So there we have it. We've got a couple more interviews to go. So we have Jitsa with us. Jitsa, how did you find that race? I can't remember exactly where you finished.
So I finished 5th, and wow, it was really a hectic race, especially the start was really crazy. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I had to cut some corners to avoid some people.
Yeah, I think we saw a few drivers.
I never had to do that before, so it was pretty challenging to find a spot to safely rejoin the track. So yeah, it was special.
Yeah, but those conditions, I know there's a lot of standing water on the track. How did you find that in the Ferrari?
Well, it was okay everywhere except the second to last corner. At the braking zone there was just a puddle, so you had to either brake early or choose to go wide.
Yeah. But we saw a few drivers locking up there and going deep.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes the Ferrari chose to do to kick the rear end out.
Oh right, wow,
so, yeah. So one time I spun and one time I overcorrected. But yeah, that's all actually. Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, still top 5 finishes, well deserved, and really good points.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the
very happy.
As well. Yeah, so going to Bathurst, Ferrari's quite a good car there. How are you feeling?
I'm not really comfortable at Bathurst with the Ferrari. It is fast, but it's difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we'll see where we end up. I just go and drive safe and see what happens.
Yeah, I think as long as you can finish the race at Bathurst, that's an achievement on its own.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, congratulations on P5, and we hope to see you for the final round.
Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for the live stream.
Yep, no worries. So last interview then, we've got Christian Müller with us. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
On the win. I think it would have been P2 if Kubica didn't disconnect. But yeah, I mean, what an outstanding drive from you. You had the pace. Where did you qualify? I can't quite remember.
I think it was P3 actually.
Yeah, so
immediate lost the place to some Porsche.
Yeah, I mean, start doesn't really matter if you lose 1 or 2 places. You know, it's an hour race. You've got plenty of time to make the moves back, and as you did. Yeah, finished P1. So yeah, congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you. I just got lucky, isn't it? Just had a good pit stop, got ahead of some Aston who was P3. I think it was Mattison. Can't really remember. Then with the drive-through for the Porsche and Leon getting a game crash, just got lucky.
Yeah, I mean that's luck is a big part of racing anyway. So yeah, you had luck on your side, you had skill on your side as well. So yeah, it all worked out for you. And,
Yeah, just don't get those track limits.
yeah, track limits are horrible at Paul Ricard, we all know. But going into the next round, Bathurst, how are you feeling?
It's not my track to be honest, but Paul Ricard wasn't as well, so I'm hoping to get a good result and get a good season finish.
Yeah, let's hope so. But once again, I can't congratulate you enough. But yeah, once again, congratulations, and we hope to see you for the final round.
Yeah, thank you, and see you next week.
Yep, see you next week. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is round 5 over at Paul Ricard, and we should probably see you tomorrow for the PS5 GT3 Championship, which is actually at Indianapolis. So that should be quite a good one, as Indianapolis is quite new to consoles. So make sure to tune in then. That should be around 8 PM GMT. But from us, it's good night and take care.